You've learned the first method of solving a square problem. Now let's look at the second method. Okay, so we have this before us. We are to find the square of 126. And I've gone ahead to draw 5 boxes. So these 5 boxes is helping us to visualize what we need to do so that this thing can be easy to comprehend. Okay, so this is what we're going to do now. We have the number 126. 1 is the first digit, 2 is the second digit, and 6 is the third digit, which is the last digit. So 6 is the last digit. Our step 1, take the last digit and square it. That means we have 6 squared. So write that in the last box. Okay, good. That's amazing. Okay, so what you do next is take the second and the last digit. You're going to multiply by 2. So that means you're doing 2 is going to multiply the second digit multiply by the last digit. Okay, you're doing an amazing job. Well done. The next thing you need to do, which is the third step, take the second digit. Take the second digit, square it. The second digit is 2, square it, okay, and write plus, okay. Then let's open a bracket. This will be like we having an open and closed bracket, okay. So in this bracket, you're going to take the first digit and the last digit, and you will multiply them by 2. So that means what you're doing now is 2 is going to multiply the first digit and the last digit. Okay, you got that? Amazing. Okay, very good. Okay, so the next step is to take the first and the second digit and multiply them by 2. So you have 2 multiplied by the first digit multiplied by the second digit. That's 2 times 1 times 2. Okay. Then the next step we need to take now is to take the first digit and square it. The first digit is 1, so we're going to square that, so that is 1 square. Okay, we are doing a great job. So let's go now. What we want to do next is to actually write down what this thing gives us, like the 6 square. What is 6 square? We need to write it down. What is 1 square? What is 2 times 2 times 6? We need to write all of this out. So 6 square is giving us 36. That's 6 times 6. So let's write it out first. Then 2 times 2 times 6, that is 24. So let's write it out first. Then 2 square, that is 4. Take note of that, 4. Okay, so let's multiply what is in the bracket. 2 times 1 times 6. That is 12. So 4 plus 12. That is 16. Okay, 16. Good. Then so let's write the 16 here. Okay. Then 2 times 1 times 2. That is 4. So let's write the 4 here. And the 1 square, 1 times 1. That is 1. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, this is 2 digit, this is 2 digit, this is 2 digit. We cannot write them as they are in 2 digits. So this is what we need to do. So we start from the 36. We write the last digit of that 36. The last digit there is 6. So write the 6 and transfer this 3 to the 24. You're going to be adding that 3 to the 24. So that is 24 plus 3. And that will give 27. 27 is also 2 digits. So you will write the last digit of that 27. And transfer this 2 because you're going to be adding this 2 to this 16. Okay? So that is 2 plus 16. That will give 18. 18 is a 2-digit number. So we're going to write the 8. Write the 8. And transfer this 1 to the 4. So you're going to be adding the 1 to the 4. So 1 plus 4. That will give 5. 5 is a single digit, so we can write it directly. Okay. So, and finally, we have the 1. So since 1 is a single digit, we can write it down directly. So now our final answer for the square of 126 is 15876. Great job. Well done. Now let's move on to the next example. We're going to be looking at the square of 435. So still on the second method, we have our 5 basics. So these 5 basics is just to help us to visualize it, to make it simple to comprehend. That's all we're doing. Okay, so 4 is the first digit, 3 is the second digit, and 5 is the last digit. Okay, so take it that way and it's going to be very easy for you to understand. Take the last digit and square it. So we have 5 square. Okay, put it in the last box. Okay, great job. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do now is to take the second and the last digit. You're going to be multiplying them by 2. So you have 2 is going to multiply the second digit, multiply by the last digit. Okay, that's 2 times 3. Let's go to the third step. Okay, so the third step now, take the second digit and square it. The second digit is 3, so 3 square, and write plus, then create an open bracket. Okay, good. Now take the first digit and the third digit and multiply them by 2. That means you have 2 multiplied by the first digit multiplied by the last digit. Okay, amazing. Well done. Okay, so the next step, what we need to do next is to take the 4 and the 3. The 4 is the first digit and 3 is the second digit. So you are taking the first and the second digit and you are multiplying them by 2. So you have 2 times the first digit multiplied by the second digit. Okay, great job. So the last step, what you need to do now is to take the first digit and square it. Okay, take the first digit and square it. So we have 4 square. Okay, so let's write out the result of all this. Let's start from the 5 square. 5 square is 5 times 5. That will give us 25. After this, so we have 2 times 3 times 5. That will give us 30. So let's write that out. Then 3 square is 9. Okay, so we have 9 plus, then we have 2 times 4, that is 8. 8 times 5, that is 40. So we have 9 plus 40, that gives us 49. So let's write the 49 here. Okay, then we have 2 times 4, that is 8. 8 times 3, that is 24. So let's write the 24 here. Okay, so 4 square is 4 times 4, that is 16. Okay, so we have 2-digit number all through. So this is what we're going to do. We're not going to write them as 2-digit like this. So we first of all start from the 25. The last digit of that 25, that is what we're going to write down here in this position. So write down 5 here and transfer these 2. You're going to add these 2 to the 30. Okay, 2 plus 30, that's going to be 32. Because we obtained 32, which is 2-digit number, we are going to write down the 2, which is the last digit, and transfer these 3. We add it to the next stage. So we're going to add that 3 to the 49. So that will be 49 plus 3. And that is going to give us 52. So we're going to write down the 2 here. And then we transfer this 5 to the next stage. So we're going to add the 5 to the 24. So that will be 24 plus 5. And that will give us 29. So because we have 29 now, we will write the 9 and transfer the 2 to the 16. So we're adding the 2 to the 16. So we have 16 plus 2, that is 18. So since this is the last thing that we have, it means we can actually write 18 as the last number there. Okay, it means our answer for the square of 435 is 189225. Great job. Now let's look at the last example in this series. We're going to be looking at the square of 872. We're still using the second method. We have our 5 basics to help us visualize this example, making it very easy to understand. Okay, so 8 is our first digit, 7 is our second digit, and 2 is our last digit. So our first step, take the last digit and square it. So we have 2 square. Great job. Okay, the second step, we are going to take the second and the last digit and we're going to multiply them by 2. So we're going to have 2 is going to multiply the second digit, multiply by the last digit. Great job. Okay, so the next step, take the second digit, and the second digit is 7, square it. So we have 7 square, and write plus, then create an open bracket. Okay, then take the first digit and the last digit and multiply them by 2. This is going into the bracket. So you write 2 multiplied by the first digit times the third digit or the last digit. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to take the first and the second digit and multiply them by 2. So 2 is going to multiply the first digit, which is 8, multiplied by the second digit, which is 7. Great job. And then the last step here, take the first digit and square it. So that means we have 8 square. Okay, great. So let's write out the result of all this. So we start from the 2 square, which is the last boss. 2 square is 4. So let's write a 4. And then the next boss, we have 2 times 7, which is 14. 14 times 2, that is 28. Great. Then 7 square, that's 7 times 7, which is 49. So we have 49 plus. Then we have 2 times 8, that is 16. 16 times 2, that is 32. So if we add 49 and 32 together, that's going to give us 81. So we have 81 there. Then next, we have 2 times 8, which is 16. 16 times 7, that is 112. And then 8 square, that is 64. So 8 times 8. Okay, great. Okay, so let's start from the 4. 4 is a single digit, so we can write the 4 directly. Okay, and for the 28, it's not a single digit. 28 is a 2-digit number. So what we do there is to write down the last digit of that 28. So we write the 8 here, and we transfer this 2 to the next number to add it to. So the next number there is 81. So we're going to add the 2 to it. 81 plus 2, that is giving us 83. We cannot write 83, so what we do is to write down the 3 here and transfer the 8. We add the 8 to the 112. So 112 plus 8, that's going to give us 120. Okay, so we write the last digit, which is 0. Write 0 here, and then we take the 12 and add the 12 to 64. So we have 64 plus 12, which will give us 76. So since that is the last thing we're doing there, we're going to write the 76. Okay, so it means our final answer for the square of 872 is 760384. Good job. We have come to the end of this lesson. We do hope you enjoyed it. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family.